In the dark alleys of 18th century London, specifically in the year 1765, the name Elizabeth Brownrigg echoed through high society as a model of piety and respectability. As a skilled, licensed midwife, Elizabeth was entrusted with the lives of mothers and their newborns. Furthermore, the famous Foundling Hospital granted her the grave responsibility of taking in orphan girls to train them to be respectable members of society. However, behind the walls of her luxurious home on Fleet Street lay a hidden world untouched by sunlight, where supposed mercy transformed into sadism beyond imagination. Mary Clifford, a young girl who knew nothing of life but orphanage and poverty, entered the Brownrigg household, believing she had finally found a safe haven. She did not know she had stepped into a human slaughterhouse. Elizabeth did not practice her sadism alone. She turned her husband and son into partners in a horrific system of torture. The orphan girls were forced to work day and night without sufficient food, locked in filthy cellars reeking of death, and savagely beaten for the slightest trivial reason. Elizabeth took delight in watching their frail bodies bleed, denying them the most basic human kindness. Even sleeping on the cold floor amidst filth was the only luxury afforded to them. This hell continued for years under the guise of fake social respectability, until suspicions began to arise among the neighbors, who grew weary of hearing faint moans and muffled screams of pain emanating from the house cellar in the dead of night. In a defining historical moment, authorities raided the house to reveal a scene that struck terror into the hearts of even the toughest men. In a narrow, dark cupboard, they found Mary Clifford breathing her last. Her body was a map of festering wounds and scars, telling a tale of years of deliberate neglect and brutal torture. Elizabeth had succeeded in hiding her victims from the eyes of the world with brilliance, while stepping out every morning to play the role of the respectable midwife, as if nothing was wrong. Elizabeth's attempt to escape did not last long after she was exposed. She was arrested amidst a public fury London had never seen before, with thousands demanding justice from the woman devil. In the courtroom, the mask of piety and virtue shattered to reveal the hideous truth. The cruelty was not a passing fit of rage, but a way of life for a woman who pretended holiness while harboring endless darkness in her heart. On September 14th, 1767, Elizabeth Brownrigg was led to the famous Tyburn gallows. The crowd that gathered there was not just to witness an execution, but to shout collectively, ensuring this human monster would never harm another innocent soul again. Elizabeth is gone, but her story remains a disgrace in English history, a harsh lesson reminding us that evil does not always wear frightening faces. It may hide behind the warmest smiles and the noblest professions. Mary Clifford, with her pain and wounds, was the force that exposed the falsity of artificial virtue, proving that truth, no matter how deeply buried in dark cupboards, must one day come to light. Today, as you contemplate this story, always remember that true monsters may live next door, smiling at us in the morning while hiding their dark secrets behind locked doors.